Greetings and welcome to the 5-minute video presentation version of the Solar Tree Initiative's business plan. The purpose of this presentation will be to introduce and explain the following: the Solar Tree Initiative's plan, the plastic waste problem, a 3D printing solution, special purpose solar trees, renewable energy aesthetics, and how you can help us launch the Solar Tree Initiatives. My name is Ryan Parton and I'm the creator of the Solar Tree Initiatives. I'm an entrepreneur by birth, a technical engineer by training, a proud U.S. Navy veteran by choice, a freedom-loving social libertarian because it makes sense to me, but I'm a disenfranchised middle-class American because of the reality of things. I'm also a political, social, and economic activist, and a jack-of-all-trades, master of none because of a desire to learn, but most importantly, an advocate for less talk and more action. The images you see behind me represent my career to date. In my 20s, I served in the United States Navy as a nuclear reactor operator. During my 30s, I traveled the world as a semiconductor field service engineer, installing semiconductor manufacturing machines. And currently, I'm an entrepreneur, a previous small business owner, working to launch the Solar Tree Initiatives. Let's talk about plastic waste, why you should care, and how solar trees can be a big part of the solution. The plastic waste problem is a serious environmental threat. Plastics are ending up in our oceans at alarming rates. The U.S. has very limited plastic reprocessing capacity. Most of our plastic waste is sold to China or other countries, and a lot of this recycling ends up in foreign landfills. This is due to improperly built and maintained foreign landfills. The plastic enters inland waterways and then from there straight into the ocean. China doesn't want our plastic waste any longer, which is actually a good thing. It's an opportunity for the U.S. to finally create the reprocessing capacity it so desperately needs. New U.S.-based reprocessing capacity. Solar trees from recycled plastic waste. Printing solar trees by utilizing 3D printer filament made from reprocessed plastics represents a significant new use for our recycled plastic waste materials. Thanks to new low-cost, large-format 3D printers such as the Modix 120X, a new form of home-based manufacturing will become economically feasible at large scale. Solar trees. So much more than just energy capture. We've explored why we should build solar trees from recycled plastic waste, so now let's take a look at some of the possibilities for the platform. Solar trees as a device platform, enabling special purpose solar trees. Solar trees will serve as a modular host platform, allowing for protected add-on third-party in-trunk modular devices. These special purpose solar trees can provide solutions to a host of additional problems. Let's take a look at a few examples of special purpose solar trees. Area security monitoring video surveillance trees, delivery and/or security drone nesting point trees, water producing, processing, and storage trees, agricultural automation and oversight trees, electrical vehicle recharging point trees, bee and honey flow hive cultivation trees, weather data collection and transmission trees, roadway, parking lot, and neighborhood area lighting trees, and finally, cellular, Wi-Fi, short or long range, data telecommunications, transmission or relay trees. Alright, now that we've taken a moment to look at several possibilities for special purpose solar trees, let's focus on a few specific examples. First off, the flow hive solar tree. In-trunk fully automated flow hive beekeeping units will provide farmers with year-round crop pollination without having to move bee boxes in or out of fields or even maintain the units. Additional revenue from the collection of crop-specific honey, and ultimately reduce crop management complexity and costs. Another example of a special purpose solar tree is the water generation solar tree. Solar trees can be equipped to produce fresh water either pumped from subterranean water sources, local reservoirs, or even from the ocean, or via direct air to water generation, as you can see in this diagram on my left. The water then can be stored under the tree for later use and filtered for direct consumption. Now let's take a moment to discuss the aesthetics, why it matters, who really cares, and a few visual examples. These images around me represent modern renewable energy production. While definitely an improvement over power plant smokestacks, still not visually compatible with the natural environment. If you believe the aesthetics matter, maybe we should consider a more natural looking form factor. And with that, I'd like to introduce the photovoltaic solar tree energy farm. Unlike wind turbines, solar trees can be equipped to provide bird nesting habitats. And whereas flat panel solar farms inhibit additional land use, solar tree energy farms provide for multiple land use scenarios. The solar tree design. We've explored the reasons for building solar trees, so now let's take a look at the basic design elements. The basic design elements of the photovoltaic solar palm tree are the photovoltaic fronds, the photovoltaic concentrating coconut bundles, and the solar trunk tracker section. It's the trunk tracker section that's critically important in allowing the tree to track the sun throughout the day, thereby making maximum power. Launching the solar tree initiatives. Next steps. First, we'll build the management, design, and marketing teams. Then we can secure initial startup funding and form the corporate entities. Next, we'll design the prototype solar tree, test the design, improve it, and then certify it. And then we can secure additional funding by crowdsourcing unit pre-sales, at which point then we can begin to work with third-party add-on module manufacturers. Next, we'll expand the team, innovate the design, recertify, and ramp sales further. And then finally, we can begin work on the distributed home-based manufacturing companies, thereby democratizing the manufacturing of the solar tree. Bringing solar trees to life, how you can get involved. First, you can vote with your dollars by purchasing sustainable, renewable technologies. Second, you can lobby your local government for green legislation. And third, you can spread the word by sharing this presentation. If you'd like to help more directly, you can donate via the Solar Tree Initiative's GoFundMe page. You can also donate your time or your company's services. And finally, most importantly, you can purchase the solar tree when our crowdfunding unit pre-sales begin. And with that, we've reached the end of the presentation. We really appreciate you taking the time to review this entire presentation. If you'd like more details, make sure you check out our full 34-minute video presentation, also available here on YouTube. Once again, thank you for your time.